Welcome to Full Count Rhythm Baseball on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Presented by Full Count Ministries and Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. Now let's head into the ballpark for tonight's game.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Drakes Creek Park here in Hendersonville, Tennessee, where the Full Count Rhythm will take on the Hoptown Hoppers, game number 2 against this team right here for Full Count. Last week played up at Hopkinsville at Christian County High School, got the 8-6 victory over the Hoppers. Hoppers have a tough beginning of their year so far. They are 0-6 on the campaign. The couple nights ago were rained out, so have one less game than Full Count does. Full Count comes in with a record of 5-2 after the loss to the Henderson Flash last night up in Henderson, a 6-5 loss, a walk-off winner for Henderson. Their closer, Aiden Mouton, who was the DH in that ball game, went 3 for 5, including the game-winning walk-off single in the bottom of the ninth to defeat the Rhythm. Full Count looking to get back winning ways here against Hoptown. Let them get their first victory against somebody else in the league. The Rhythm will have Ryan Sweeney back on the mound tonight for his second start of the year. And it'll be his third appearance, came in relief against the Paducah Chiefs. Got a vulture win, as they say, so he is 2-0 on the season. Second-year player for the Rhythm from Trevecca Nazarene University. We're running 3 cameras tonight. Still have issues with our center field camera. Tried to get that one going, and transmitter and receiver just apparently will not talk to each other. Apparently they're in a tiff. We tried to talk them through it, but they're just not having it tonight. Got a little bit of a view, and then it went out. So we will effort to get that center field camera up and running at some point in time, hopefully before the end of the season. So we're going to take a quick break as the umpires have come out, and they will meet with the coaches, and we'll be back with the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineups.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Welcome back to the Full Count Broadcast Network. Now it's time for the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineup.
Time for the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineups. Our title sponsor this year, Todd and Linda Hundley, up in Rivergate Chick-fil-A, serving up some Christian chicken, just not on Sundays. Here's the starting lineup for the Hoptown Hoppers, coached by Chris Benny. Cole Reynolds will lead off and play shortstop. Chance Sweeney in center field hits second. Colby Webb playing first base, batting third. Owen Hutchison, left fielder, batting cleanup. Number 5 hole hitter is Carson Tucker playing second base. Eli Laurent is the DH, and he'll hit sixth. Hunter Swanson at third base, bats seventh. Evan Cardwell hitting eighth, and he'll be behind the plate. Aiden Butts in right field, batting ninth, and on the mound for his second start of the year, Heath Henley from Auburn University in Montgomery. He's from Douglasville, Georgia, a freshman. And he'll face the Rhythm lineup that looks like this. Cade Moore gets back in there. He's the DH tonight. John Paul Head, the hottest RBI man in the Ohio Valley League, playing right field, batting second. Jackson Cothran behind the plate, bats third. Jake Merrick in the cleanup spot plays third base. First baseman Blake Carter hits fifth. Charlie Bozeman in left field batting sixth. Parker Staborski is in center field hitting seventh. Elijah Stockton back at second base, finished the game last night there, hitting eighth. Logan Kroc, he is solid as a crock out there at shortstop, batting ninth. Ryan Sweeney on the mound from Centennial High School, getting his third appearance of the year. 5'11", 180-pound rising junior from Franklin, Tennessee, sports management major at Trevecca Nazarene University. It's the home of Ken Stegall, our official scorer. He is been recognized there. He's in their Hall of Fame. He's a Hall of Famer over there, along with Kenny Thomas. And Bobby and, I'm sorry, wrong Sweeney there. I was reading off Dawson Sweeney's there. Ed and Julie Sweeney are Ryan's parents. Bryson, his sister, I believe that's right. Mimi's in Franklin. Nana, she's in College Grove, Tennessee. Chandler Phelps is Ryan's mentor. Sweeney, 2 appearances, 1 start. He's 2-0 record, which leads the club. 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. Says got a 4-inning, 2-hit, no-run start back against Henderson right here in our home opener. That was a 7-2 victory for the Rhythm. And then, as I said, got the win as the Rhythm came back to defeat Paducah after being down 6-0. Scored 7 runs in the 8th and 9th and held on for a 7-6 win. Ryan Sweeney pitched 2 innings of 1 hit, shut out baseball in that ball game, and picked up the victory. So I'm smelling some chicken in here tonight. It's national anthem time, so we will take a break and be right back after this short message. And you're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft-serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
Think about something for a moment. Every single business, from the smallest neighborhood bakery to the biggest multinational corporation, is someone's dream come true. The byproduct of planning and determination and hard work. If you own a business, you already know that. So you'll also understand that fire and security protection isn't just about protecting property. It's about safeguarding dreams. At Corson, that's what we've specialized in since 1946. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Thought Leanne Rhymes was in the house here. We heard a Leanne Rhymes rendition of the national anthem. That might have been back when she was trying out for, was she on The Voice or America's Got Talent or, oh, that was Carrie Underwood. What was she on? Carrie Underwood was on. And it was, oh, that's right. It was Leanne Rhymes. My bad. Somebody did originally say Carrie Underwood. Leanne Rhymes wasn't ever on The Voice. Anyway, good singing right there. Just she went the long version there. I thought she stopped during one spot during there. So our umpires are meeting. So the camera angle that we're missing, Grand Nora has checked in. I just want to make sure that is noted. She's down in Starkville, Mississippi. I assume she is. I wonder if she's going to take a trip up to Nashville this summer. Grand Nora, you know, if you come up, you're going to have to come by. So I don't think I'm going to get a chance to get down to Starkville this summer. But if I get down there, you know I'm going to come on by. Got several folks that have checked in already. Nora Sills, she is a super fan. Her grandson, Tyler Sills, couple-year player and a one-year coach. Her son, Alan Sills. Her lovely daughter-in-law, Sean Sills, live in Franklin. She has been at least 4 years. I'm not sure if Tyler was on that first year team or not with the Rhythm. I'll have to go back and check that, but hopefully that some of you that are joining this year, you'll be like Grand Nora and you'll come back year after year and slide in on the Facebook feed. Let us know you're listening and watching tonight. Ryan Sweeney out on the mound getting his warm-up tosses. Third appearance of the year, through for a couple innings during, I think, was a bullpen session for him. Got into the ball game at Paducah and got the victory. Larry Gore bringing food up here and not sharing it with anybody. I just want that to be reflected in the press box. I don't want a pickle. I want the chicken that you're eating. Smells good. I know it tastes good, although I know it's not from Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. They're not open today. Who do we got here? We got who's giving out food tonight? And Claire did. And Claire brought some cookies up as Ryan Sweeney rocks and fires. First pitch, that's going to be in there for a called strike to Cole Reynolds. As we are underway at 7:03. Game time temperature brought to you by Stitches by Cindy, 80 degrees here at Hendersonville. Swing and a miss. Reynolds, 5'11", 185-pound sophomore from Somerset, Kentucky, Indiana University Southeast. Southwest, I don't think has an Indiana University. Directional school for IU. It's not PUI, though. Not Purdue University at Indianapolis. That's ooey pooey. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Cole Reynolds. Reynolds did not play in the game up Hoptown. Wow. Popped up on the left side. Jake Merrick just in foul territory makes the catch for out number 1. Chance Sweeney steps to the plate. Sweeney, a left-handed hitter. 6'2", 180-pound freshman. He's from Russellville, Kentucky. Another AUM product. Auburn University in Montgomery. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Sweeney got 3 at-bats up in Hoptown. That one hits off of the pole. Was hit by a pitch, walked, and then singled. And then he was pinch hit for by Alec Hodling. So he went 1 for 1, was on base all 3 times he came to the plate and scored a run. 0-2, chopped over the head of Ryan Sweeney, grounded to Logan Kroc. He gloves and throws over to Blake Carter for out number 2. Andrew Holmes back, handling the computer and the camera switching tonight. So if he messes up, let me know on Facebook and we'll dock his pay. I'm already bumbled words about 3 or 4 times tonight, so there goes. There goes all the profit for the night. Sweeney delivers inside to Colby Webb, the first baseman. 6'2", 220-pound junior from Cabot, Arkansas, attends Arkansas Tech University. Looks at a called strike right down Broadway. Webb also did not play up at Hoptown when the Rhythm won 8-6. Sweeney sails that one high and over the head of Webb. On deck, Owen Hutchison, who did play. We have a late arriving Hopper. Apparently missed the bus. That's popped up in the infield. Just in to the outfield grass goes Logan Kroc, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Sweeney. And we will head to the bottom of the first. Thanks for joining us on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Hey, I've been thinking, bank fees can seem pretty cruel. Well, they did until I went to Volunteer State Bank. I found a bank with a local personalized service and free checking. Yeah, may I present to you Kasasa. Now, it's kind of like my checking account is paying me instead of the other way around. Visit one of our 11 locations or anywhere you have a phone. Real people, real solutions right here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Tim Reese back on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Bottom of the first we go. Cade Moore getting his first start in the leadoff position. Be a grad student at Trevecca Nazarene in August. First pitch from Henley is down in the turf. You're not familiar with Drakes Creek. Field number 3 here, the infield and warning track by the dugouts is artificial turf. Outfield area is natural grass. Moore fouls that one toward his own dugout. 6 foot, 175-pound grad student from Terre Haute. That one's cracked out the left center field. They're not going to get to that one. It's going to split the gap. Cade Moore rounding first, heading to second base. He'll drop the anchor at the bag for a dude at leadoff double. Moore split Owen Hutchison in left and Chance Sweeney in center. Moore's fourth hit of the year. It's his first extra base hit. Now John Paul Head, the leader in extra base hits for the Rhythm, stands in. He has 4 doubles, 2 home runs, 16 RBIs in his 6 games played out of the 7. Which is low. John Paul waited till his very last at bat in yesterday's game to pick up a hit. Drove in 2 huge runs at that time in the top of the 9th. Rhythm were down by 2, and he tied it with his double into right center field. Cade Moore fell down leading off. Started heading back to second, and Henley decided to go ahead and throw a pitch to John Paul Head, and it is outside the zone. Both teams wearing red tops. That's fun. Rhythm wearing white pants. Hopper's wearing gray pants. 3-0 taken for a called strike. John Paul Head hitting .526. Leads the team in hits, doubles, home runs, RBIs, on-base average. And he takes another pitch. Thought that was ball 4, but Trevor Stevens behind the home plate, whose only opinion matters, said, "Come on back. We're going to have a Full Count Ministries full count." Trevor Stevens is so pro Full Count Ministries. He wanted to hear that said on the broadcast when he goes back and listens in. That is ball 4. And the first 2 have reached here in the bottom of the first. It attends the University of Alabama, Birmingham. He's from Vestavia Hills. That's just south of Birmingham in Alabama. He's an accounting major, son of Paul and Leanne Head. Hello to Ryan. His sister, Pop and BB, are in Hoover, as are Papa and Yee. Jackson Cothran stands in, got his first hit of the year. It was a big fly out at Henderson. Looks at a called strike from Heath Henley. Picked up another hit in the game. Went 2 for 5 in the contest. Son of Josh and Charlie Cothran, 4 years now. Jackson Cothran's played with the Full Count Rhythm. He's from Siegel High School. It's in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. He was looking for another opportunity, transferring out after graduating at Ohio University in Athens, Ohio. Pitch is soft liner. That's going to get down and into center field. Cade Moore had to hold up to see if that ball was going to be caught. And now the bases are loaded. Jackson Cothran starting to get hot. That'll bring up Jake Merrick. Speaking of hot, Jake Merrick's had a hit in every game except one. Second on the club in hits with 8. 7 singles. He's got a double, hitting .364. On base at an almost .560 average. He's also from the University of Alabama, Birmingham, 6'1", 215-pound rising sophomore from Vestavia Hill. John Paul Head's name is just before Jake Merrick. I was going to say, Jake Merrick's not from Vestavia. We got 2 guys from Vestavia, and Jacob Newman is one, and John Paul Head's the other. Jake Merrick's with the other 2 fellows from Farragut. Chopper to the right side, that goes foul. Jake Merrick went to Farragut. All right, I'm going to get this memorized. We're going to do it tonight. Okay. I don't have high schools on that particular roster. Count goes 2 balls and a strike. Charlie Bozeman, who's batting 6th in the lineup. Farragut and Samford. 3 balls and a strike. The bases are loaded, nobody out. Merrick flies this one out to center field. That'll get a run in. Tagging at third is Cade Moore. Everybody else stays put. And a sac fly and an RBI for Jake Merrick. That's his second sac fly of the year. And Cade Moore scores the Framework Athletics first run of the ball game, thanks to Ryan McDuffie and Zach Duke over at Framework Athletics, right next door to the new Full Count headquarters. Players work out over there, batting cages and facility used regularly. Blake Carter stands in from Lipscomb University. 1 out, runners at first and second. Sliced into right field. That's going to get all the way out to the right fielder, Aiden Butts. 1 run's going to come in. Over to third goes Jackson Cothran. Runners at the corners. RBI single for Blake Carter. 3 hits in the inning already as he goes oppo taco. And Heath Henley in trouble in the bottom of the first. Charlie Bozeman stands in from Sanford. Rhythm lead 2-0. Bozeman looks at a called strike. Runner takes off from first. Ball is grounded to third. It's going to be fair. The only play is over to first, and it's wide. An RBI error for Bozeman. He's going to get the RBI as Hunter Swanson did not attempt to go home, but his throw to first base pulled Colby Webb off the bag. Down to second goes Blake Carter, and Jackson Cothran, the third run of the inning. Now Parker Staborski stands in. First pitch he sees is outside of the zone. Staborski from Catawba, down in Salisbury, North Carolina. That's where they make all the steaks, says Zach Williams. Former broadcast play-by-play man for the Full Count Rhythm. Award-winning, by the way. So I keep breaking my pencil lead. I wouldn't recommend 0.5 millimeters for a pencil, but when you have such small boxes as that pitch gets away from Evan Cardwell in the dirt or the turf, wild pitch will move both runners up 90 feet. I do have a tendency to push down because I want to make it darker. There's our first soon-to-be dead fly right in front of me on the window. Thanks to public address announcer, now former public address announcer, Mark McDaniel, who got some fly swatters for us up here in the press box. It's cracked out the deep center field. Back goes Sweeney. Not going to get this one. They will only be able to score 1. Apparently Bozeman was waiting to see if that ball was going to be caught. So he stops at third base. And this will mean a trip to the mound. Not sure who that is, so I won't say if it's the head coach or not. Not dressed like he's the head coach. Wearing a black top, not a BP top, I guess, but Rhythm hitting the ball with authority here tonight. For some reason, we're not keeping up with hits on that scoreboard tonight. Is it a back strain? Is that what we got going? That is a dudette double for Parker Staborski as he burned Chance Sweeney. It's a second extra base hit. 4 hits in the inning, a walk and an error. The only out was on a sacrifice fly by Jake Merrick that drove in a run. It gives Staborski an RBI. As there's our first AAA autoglass foul ball. Well, wasn't that sweet? Pauline down there. Pauline Jaggers covering the head of my granddaughter, making sure she doesn't get hit with that AAA autoglass foul ball. She's babysat them before. Ground ball to second. Runner will stay at third base as Elijah Stockton grounds out. That's the second out. Now the ninth batter to come to the plate is Logan Kroc. Switch hitting shortstop. Can you believe I'm still trying to figure out who that third pitcher is from Farragut? I still can't look through my notes. I'm going to find it. 4-0. Runners at second and third. There you go. That's who it is. Braylon Hall. Why am I not picking that up? There, it's right there. I'm going to circle it in red so I can see it. He pitched last night, got the tough luck loss. Braylon Hall. So final answer, Charlie Bozeman, Braylon Hall, Jake Merrick. Still learning the roster. 2-0 pitch. Grounded again to second base. Carson Tucker gloves. Underhand and just gets Logan Kroc. I'll tell you, if they don't get that out right there, somebody might be yanked off a field. There was 4 runs in that inning. I believe all of them, no, all earned. 4 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, and 2 runners left on base. After 1, 4-0 with the Rhythm lead. We'll be right back with more Rhythm Baseball after this short break.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to Absolute Wellness starts here. We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Top of the second inning, Owen Hutchison, Carson Tucker, Eli Laurent. That's the hockey pronunciation of Laurent as he lifts one out to center field. Parker Staborski with the red jersey on and the white pants makes the catch for out number 1. Owen Hutchison from Roane State Community College. He'll be a sophomore at Roane State next year over in Harriman, Tennessee. He's from Burns, Tennessee. That's a long way away from Harriman. So Ryan Sweeney delivers low and inside to Carson Tucker. Slider swung on and missed. Lookers from Murray, Kentucky. Murray State with a huge victory over Duke today. 19-9 to stay in contention to make a trip to the College World Series. They'll have to defeat the Duke Blue Devils. Slider is swung on a miss and a Safeway strikeout. Round number 2 here in the second. First strikeout of the game for Sweeney. Laurent. Name like that, you have got to play hockey. From Fort Wayne, Indiana, attends Indiana Southeast. I believe the head coach is from there. Maybe he's not. You know what? I'm thinking of Brian Campbell with the Madisonville Miners. I believe he is the assistant or associate head coach in Indiana Southeast. As Sweeney gets the breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Count moves to a ball and a strike. On deck, Hunter Swanson. Swing and a miss. Laurent, 6'4", 200-pound two-way player. Bats left, throws right. Mark Dixon listening in from Vermilion, South Dakota. Is that changeup in there for a called strike and another Safeway strikeout? Back-to-back strikeouts for Sweeney as he has retired the first 6. Hoppers to come to the plate here as the Rhythm will head to the bottom of the second, getting their sticks hot again. Well, back to the leadoff spot. We'll be right back.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Cade Moore leading off for the second straight inning. Moore came in hitting .375. He doubled into left center field. He is now 4 for 9, playing in his third game of the year. Doubled and scored the Framework Athletics first run of the game. Rounds 1 foul pass. Carson Howard, the third base coach, former right-handed pitcher from Pike Road, Alabama. He's up here coaching this year after completing his time at the University of North Alabama. 1-1 is high. Rick and Trish are his parents. Jonas Smithson is the first base coach. That's got to be surreal to both of those guys. They're both college pitchers out there coaching bases. And there's little Timmy Dixon right there walking in behind home plate. Swung on and missed. Looked like he took something off of that pitch. We'll get to a Full Count Ministries full count. Cade Moore, an infielder and an outfielder, is the DH. Rounds 1 to third. Hunter Swanson, his throw to Colby Webb this time is right on the mark for out number 1. Moore hit .299 for the Trojans at Trevecca this year, played in 44 games. Picked up 47 hits, including 13 doubles. Also had 6 big flies. 6 foot, 175-pound outfielder, infielder. And first pitch swinging is John Paul Head. He grounds out to Cole Reynolds for out number 2. A little better inning so far for Heath Henley, who was roughed up in the first, faced all 9 of the Rhythm batters, gave up 4 hits and 4 earned runs. Now it's Jackson Cothran's turn. He singled on a soft line drive up the middle to load the bases after John Paul Head had walked. There's a ground ball that's going to get into the glove of the diving first baseman, and from his right hip laying down, Colby Webb throws to Heath Henley to retire Jackson Cothran. That is a star-worthy play there. 1-2-3 inning for Henley. Put a star by on the number 3 for the first baseman, Colby Webb, to retire Cothran. 3 up, 3 down. We are through 2 in the Rhythm lead. 4-0. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to Absolute Wellness starts here.
Compliant with code. If you're a facility manager or building owner, you've heard the term plenty of times. At Corson Fire and Security, we work to keep buildings compliant with the most demanding code of all, our own. We've been protecting people and property since before most of today's codes were even written. And what we've learned along the way makes us the best choice to partner with for the future. Corson Fire and Security, celebrating 70 years. Learn more at corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Tim Reese, Andrew Holmes on the Full Count Broadcast Network. We are here in Hendersonville tonight, taking on the Hoptown Hoppers from Hopkinsville, Kentucky, the only 2 teams in the Ohio Valley League that don't use their actual city name as their team name. Hoptown, of course, is well known as Hopkinsville. Full Count located in Hendersonville, Tennessee, in Sumner County, just outside of Nashville, about 15 miles up I-65 north and then cut east for a bit. Ryan Sweeney back out for his 3rd inning of work, facing 7, 8, and 9 in the Hoppers lineup. Hunter Swanson, Evan Cardwell, and Aiden Butts. Swing and a miss by Swanson. And that one's fouled down the right field line. Let's see if my grandson is correctly placed to get some foul balls tonight. That's a AAA autoglass foul ball. We're going to play a Volunteer Bank commercial tonight as that ball is grounded. It kicks just a hair to the left off the mound over to Logan Kroc, who throws on to first base. 7 up, 7 down for Sweeney. Grandson loves to get some foul balls here at the ballpark. Take him to the Merch Pavilion and get a AAA autoglass squishy ball. He has not given his grandpa any of those squishy balls to perform my juggling tricks yet at all.
Someone in the grass ball was walking.
Yeah, there was one the other you talking about the other night. Yeah. During the rain, those things can get a little soggy. Evan Cardwell, the catcher, swings and misses. Swings and misses again, carbon copy. Well, 5'11", 220-pound freshman, Bethel University from Spring Hill, Tennessee. Does not tell me the high schools. That ball is grounded to Merrick. 2 hops, and he hops and throws to Blake Carter for out number 2. 28 pitches so far for Sweeney to retire 8 batters. Now the number 9 hole hitter fouls the pitch off. Aiden Butts. 6 foot, 175 pounds. He's from Cadiz, Kentucky. Attends or will attend Dyersburg State. It says he's an incoming freshman, and he has lined one out to right field, and there's the first hit of the ball game for the Hoppus. 2 out knock here in the bottom or the top of the third. Aiden Butts breaks up the no-no. Butts was 1 for 3 in the game at Hoptown. He had a single to right center field, drove in a run in their 2-run 6th inning. That ended up scoring 4 in the 8th to tie the game. There it is, little Eli. There's your foul ball off to the right. Another AAA Autoglass foul ball.
Base runner. Wow. They're saying that was the first base runner.
Yep. Not only was it the first hit, it was the first base runner of the game. We don't start talking about perfect games through 3 innings, though. I mean, that is just not.
More people getting on base. So we don't notice them.
I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little stitious. Spike fastball there. Cole Reynolds, who popped out to Jake Merrick in foul territory, has to back away from that fastball. Nice stop there by Jackson Cothran behind the plate. Swing and a miss.
One of the biggest hitters in perfect games when I'm not running too.
2-2 pitch. Another stop by Cothran. He'd be a pretty good goalie in hockey. As we get to a full count, Ministries full count, the runner will be off or should be with the pitch. Blake Carter still holding him on, and there he goes. Cracked into the glove of Jake Merrick as he took 3 quick steps to his left, and a line out ends the inning. One runner reaches on the single to right field, but he is stranded. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base as we head to the bottom of the third. We're going to keep it right here. I'll talk through this break right here. Pam Roach, she's happy that I finally got through the 3 Farragut Admirals names. Should I just do it every 3 innings just to make sure that I know them? Jake Merrick, Charlie Bozeman, Braylon Hall. And they all played at the same high school, and they go to 3 different schools. Jake Merrick to UAB, Charlie Bozeman to Samford, not UAB. Braylon Hall, he's a Lee University Flame. I do want to tell you about AAA Autoglass. They're big sponsor for Full Count. They've got a couple big signs out there on the center field batter's eye, out there with a couple of uniforms from Hendersonville Commando lore. Zach Curtis and Mike Hendricks. Mike Hendricks, longtime coach here for Hendersonville. Zach Curtis, left-handed pitcher, graduated in 2010, went on to play a couple of years in Major League Baseball after attending Vol State Community College and Middle Tennessee State University. As Heath Henley is back out on the mound, he'll face Jake Merrick, Blake Carter, and Charlie Bozeman, 2 of the 3 Farragut Admirals. A wave and a miss by Merrick on a pitch not even close. He should be happy he didn't hit that one. He now has a 1-ball, 1-strike count. He hit a sacrifice fly with the bases loaded. And he slings his bat, fouls that one off to the right. Blake Carter didn't look like he even knew that the bat had ended up on the backstop next to him. I think I would have been ducking for cover there, but he was nonplussed. AAA audit. There goes little Eli wearing his full count rhythm shirt tonight. Merrick, only rhythm player with a sacrifice fly, and he's got 2 of them this year. That pitch got away, and the next is a slow curveball that stays above the letters. We'll have another full count Ministries full count. Full count. It's 3-2. That one went down to the dirt, went to the turf. Henley delivers. Strike 3 called. Merrick knew it. He got locked up on a pitch that was kind of tailing in on his hands, and he goes down looking. That's 6 straight retired by Heath Henley. His first strikeout of the ball game. Now Blake Carter, who lined a single in the right field, drove in a run. Gets a call on the outside corner, does Henley, for a called strike. Glad to have not only Rhythm fans, but also Hopper fans that might be tuning in. We're broadcasting on both Facebook and YouTube, so if it's easier for you to get the broadcast on YouTube, you can get over there like 54 other people are doing right now. Oh, we just lost one. 53. 1-1 pitch. Down low. Sun has gone down over in right field, and not sure if the light's taking effect or not yet. Slow breaking pitch fouled back. Did you say the lights? Yeah, that's what I said. The lights are on. Well, I don't know that they're really making a difference, but they're on. Yep. Ground ball to short. Reynolds over to first. There's 2 outs. Blake Carter from Knoxville as well, but he did not attend Farragut. He attended the Webb School. He was a first-team All-Selection for the Tennessee Baseball Coaches Association, who will host a showcase at Volunteer State Community College next Tuesday and Wednesday. As the first pitch swinging, Charlie Bozeman splits the gap. He's going to round first. He's going to test the arm of Owen Hutchison. Head first slide. He's in there with a dudette double. That's the third dudette double of the ball game for full count. Bozeman reached on an error. Drove in a run in the first. Now a 2-out knock. Charlie Bozeman, the son of Michael and Emily Bozeman, brother to Andrew, grandson of Papaw and Grandmommy. They're in Knoxville. Pop and Dee Dee, they're in Memphis. Now Parker Staborski with a chance to drive in a run, stands to the plate. Saw him this morning as he was heading into church at Long Hollow, walking in by himself, not too far behind Todd and Melinda Neal. And I said, hey, if you catch up, and it won't take you much to catch up with Todd and Melinda, you want to go sit with some full count folks. But he had to make a pit stop, and he lost the Neals in the crowd there for the 11:15 service. Good to see, though, that a young man like that's not too shy to go to church by himself. He's 6'3", 195 pounds. He's from Sherrills Ford, North Carolina, Bandy's High School. Transferred from Lenore Rhine to Catawba. And a balk was called. Charlie Bozeman bothering Heath Henley, apparently, and he commits an infraction. Let me tell you who our arbiters are. Trevor Stevens behind the plate. Micah Holman down at first base. Jesse Chesterfield, who just called that balk, is down at third base. Now a runner at third with 2 outs. 2-0 count to Parker Staborski, who doubled in his first plate appearance. Looks at a breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Scott and Adele are his parents. Charlie is, I didn't ask him if that's a sister. I've got a granddaughter named Charlie. I think that's a brother. The Staborskis are going to have to let me know. This is the interaction portion of the program. Grandpa and Grandma, they're in New Bern, North Carolina, he told me. Granddaddy and Nana, Hickory, North Carolina. Staborski takes the 3-1 inside, and he'll draw the free pass. Second walk of the ball game by Henley. That'll bring Elijah Stockton to the plate. Tim Reese batting 1-for-1, and the killing fields that are the flies on the windshield, also known as a window. Yep, he's right there. We're leaving him right there on the window sill so that the other flies can see what happens. Elijah Stockton swung at the first pitch he saw last at bat, grounded out to second. He takes the first pitch this time. And now he takes a second pitch, and he's down in the count 0-2. He's from Kentucky Wesleyan. That's up in Owensboro, Kentucky. He's from right around here in Sumner County. He's from Gallatin, Tennessee. Attended Friendship Christian. Runner from first goes. Stockton swings and flies this one out to center field. Chase Sweeney back and makes the catch for out number 3. Rhythm, after 2 out, got 2 on. The double by Bozeman and the walk to Staborski. Can't push another run across. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 2 runners left aboard. We are a third of the way through this game. It is going by fast. We'll be right back with the top of the 4th after this break.
You might get to nap, but your money doesn't. Like right now. At Volunteer State Bank, it's working hard day and night, earning 4.5% APY. Playtime, drive time, anytime. You could be out with friends or on vacation. But your money, it doesn't take a break. You've worked hard for it. Now let it work hard for you. Open a free Kasasa Cash checking account today and earn 4.5 annual percentage yield if qualifications are met on balances up to $15,000.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
Right. As soon as I looked, I thought, okay, that is Ryan Sweeney. I'm telling you, Mark Dixon, I'm with you. Both teams wearing red shirts, so we're not going to have this again. I'm going to tell Josh Carman we can't do this. It's tough on the broadcaster. There's no chance Joe Wilson up in Hoptown, he couldn't handle this. Joe Wilson, their broadcaster, Scott Colley, their public address announcer. I mean, they're coddled too much up there in Hoptown. They couldn't handle this. Chance Sweeney, Colby Webb, Owen Hutchison due up to face Ryan Sweeney, giving up 1 hit in 3 innings. Tapper poured the screen behind the catcher and the umpire. Sweeney grounded out to short in the first inning. I got the information I was looking for. Adele Staborski, the new research assistant. Got a couple of them. Charlie is Parker's oldest or older. Maybe it's its only, I guess, only brother. And Charlie's older as that one is sliced out to left field off the left-handed bat of Chance Sweeney. Charlie Bozeman can catch a fly ball. And he does for out number 1. Mark Dixon, he doesn't like to lose. He's rooting for the team in red. The red top. What would look crazy, though, is if Rhythm also had red pants. That'd be too much red. That'd be a lot of red. We do to go with the light blue on light blue. That's a lot of light blue, too. It's the first pitch to Colby Webb is low and inside. He popped out to Logan Kroc, the shortstop, in shallow center field to end the first.
I like the Color Rush style jersey.
Rhythm have white on white, gray on gray, sky blue on sky blue, and now the red top. Of course, the other night is another bat is slung and the ball is popped up. Where'd that ball go? Did it go out? I was watching the bat fly. I thought the ball went straight up in the air, but Jackson Cawthorn didn't try to make a grab, so AAA autoglass foul ball disappeared. Now goes 2-1, one out, nobody on. Top of the fourth. Just maybe above the letters on that offering from Ryan Sweeney. Stopper to third. It will roll foul. Another fly. It's in a spot I can't get. Colby Webb, Full Count Ministries, full count, but we're going to time out. Did he think that ball was fair or what happened? He ran to right field. He needed to stretch out that hammy. Ryan Sweeney, 10 appearances for Trevecca last year. Is apparently we got to get Colby Webb maybe some gloves, maybe some stickum, maybe just tape the bat to his hand. He's a very tall young man in shorts and a red jersey comes out. Wearing a 24 on the back of that shirt. Could be Cody Jones. He's 6'5", from Fishers, Indiana. And a swing and a miss, and he kept his bat in his hand, and that's a Safeware strikeout. Number 3 of the ball game for Ryan Sweeney. Sweeney, 10 appearances for Trevecca this past year, 6 starts, 3-1 record, 27 innings, struck out 34 batters. Owen Hutchison, the left fielder, stands in. Burns, Tennessee, that's down in West Tennessee. He flew out to center field, leading off the second. Sweeney, a 5.33 ERA at Trevecca. Gets a swing and a miss. On the slider, a devastating slider. Last year for the Rhythm, 18 appearances. I believe that was tops on the team, all in relief. Had a 1-0 record, picked up a couple saves. Another swing and a miss on the slider. In 20 innings, he struck out 36 batters, almost to an inning. 12 out of 12 batters will help the strikeout to walk ratio. Softly hit to the right side of second base, and Logan Kroc goes over there and helps Elijah Stockton out a little bit and makes the catch for out number 3. Another 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Sweeney. That's 3 out of 4 innings that he has set the Hoppers down. 1-2-3. Go to the fourth. Rhythm trying to play add on, or as we get later in the game, Zach Williams, it'll be Country Financial Insurance runs. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here.
compliant with code. If you're a facility manager or building owner, you've heard the term plenty of times. At Corson Fire and Security, we work to keep buildings compliant with the most demanding code of all, our own. We've been protecting people and property since before most of today's codes were even written. And what we've learned along the way makes us the best choice to partner with for the future. Corson Fire and Security, celebrating 70 years. Learn more at corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Logan Kroc, the leadoff, swings and misses. It looks like a changeup out there from Heath Henley on for his fourth inning. Roughed up in the first, but second and third has only given up a double and a walk. Kroc grounded out to end that 4-run first inning. Hello to Alex Montiel down in Nicaragua. Olaf. Ground ball right back to Henley. He underhands to Webb at first for out number 1. Tell me if I'm right, Alex. Olaf, that is either hello or snowman in Spanish, I believe. Alex Montiel, he speaks Spanish. And he speaks some English. Paula Sims, our new fashion coordinator, she's wanting to get some navy pants to go along with these red shirts. Navy blue, I like that. Well, Andrew's got some Spanish. What are you wearing? You wearing certain kind of Latino underwear or something? You say you got it under your belt. 1-1 pitch misses. Top of the order, Cade Moore getting his third at-bat in 4 innings. The first Full Count Rhythm mission trip is down in Mazante. There's my daughter-in-law walking up toward the press box as her sister Christy is walking away. Swing and a miss on a 3-1. Cade Moore looking now at a Full Count Ministries full count. Wilson Reese, Anna Reese family here tonight. Full count pitch. Popped out to right center field over as Sweeney and Butts. It's going to be Butts making the over-shoulder catch, heading to the absolute wellness sign out there, right where our center field camera is up on the tripod, but transmitter and receiver not speaking to each other. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the fourth brings up John Paul Head, 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored, and that one sails over everybody. Just a bit too high, tried to catch the corner and missed. Reed Glover, and who else is leading that trip? Doug Dorn told me this last night. Doug Dorn was one of my research assistants. There we go. How did I forget? Adam Spates on that trip. Olaf to Spates. He learned Spanish himself. He's got Southern Spanish down, lined off the netting. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Adam and Charlie Spates. Charlie is Adam's wife. She's a she. They have Addison and JP. They moved to Chinandega, Nicaragua, lived there for about 4 or 5 years. There's a line drive, base hit off the bat of John Paul Head. I think he has a hit in every game except one that he's played in. He's now 1 for 2. Came in hitting .526, was not leading the league in most hits. He was 1 behind the leader. I believe the leader had 11. I can't remember now who that leader was. Jackson Cothran stands in. He's 1 for 2. If I don't write it down, there's a 50-50 chance on whether or not I'll remember it. Cothran First at bat yesterday at Henderson, drove one out of the ballpark, gave the Rhythm the 1-0 lead. Line drive, and there's a line drive that gets into right field. John Paul Head, no reason to slow down as the throw comes into third. Now Cawthorn going to trail run and get into second base on the throw. Cawthorn, a 2-for-3 game going. Back-to-back hits by the Rhythm, has runners at second and third. Throw by Butts to third base was late. John Paul Head going on the play. And probably an ill-advised throw right there by the young right fielder. Probably no chance he can get a runner who's trying to steal on the pitch. And with 2 outs, no reason for him to slow down. Now Jake Merrick, 0 for 1 with an RBI and a sac fly. Opportunity to drive in some runs with a base hit. Chopper foul. He's down in the count 0-2. Jake's been at third base every game. This is game number 8 for Full Count. 5-2 record. Merrick and Logan Kroc, the only twos. That ball gets down in the turf, and it's going to get by Cardwell. And another run's going to come in on the wild pitch. Down to third goes Jackson Cawthorn, and the Rhythm lead 5-0. Jake Merrick says, "You're just taking RBIs away from me." Merrick now with 6 RBIs, and number 7 standing out there at third base. Jackson Cawthorn, and Merrick swings, and ball gets out of the glove of Cardwell, but he tags Merrick at the plate. The swinging strikeout, second strikeout of the ball game for Henley, both of them Jake Merrick, but the Rhythm get on the board with the wild pitch after runners were at second and third. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. We are through 4 innings now. 5-0, the Rhythm lead. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
Top of the 5th we go. Full Count leads 5-0. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate, our title sponsor. Fried Green Tomato food truck is here tonight. I don't know if I've ever had fried green tomato, anything from there. Ken, you got a recommendation from the food truck? You're a food truck guy. Catfish. Catfish and fries. I love some catfish now. I bet it does. See who else is here. Kona Ice. Meat Sweats is our meal sponsor tonight. Telling you, I had a barbecue sandwich from Meat Sweats the other night. Of course, they were the provider of our meet and greet meal. Back on the first night, we got to see these players, or the majority of them. Sweeney steps on a fastball there that Carson Tucker fouls off to the screen. Well, the Rhythm should soon be joined by a World Series champion. Is that what they call the Division II champions? Jake Turr with the University of Tampa, just national champion, not World Series. Division II, University of Tampa. You know, they're conveniently located in Tampa, Florida. Swing and a miss. Count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jake Turr, Turer, on the squad that just defeated, who did they defeat? College of somebody. That one's just a bit too high. I can't remember who they played. It wasn't a school that I knew, but they had to beat them twice, and they did. Jake Turr, a rising sophomore there at Tampa, Florida. He's going to be staying with his relatives, Rebecca and Doug Dorn, when he arrives. 2-2 pitch. Grounded into the hole on the left side. That'll get through in the left field for a base hit. A leadoff knock for the Hoppers here in the 5th inning. Carson Tucker now 1 for 2. And Eli Laurent, the DH, will stand in. He struck out looking to end the 2nd. Wright State, are they still? What did they do? They lost. They lost, right? Did our player? Is it Bachman? Is it Evan Bachman? That's how Doug Dorn pronounced it the other day. B-O-E. Where is he? There he is. Evan Bachman, B-O-E-C-K-M-A-N. I would have pronounced it Beckman, but he said Bachman. Played for Wright State. Not sure if he was on the roster or not, but I don't know that he was joined the club yet. But Wright State was in a super regional, right? Just a regional. Who are they in with Louisville? That's right, Louisville and Vanderbilt. That's right. Laurent down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody out here in the top of the 5th. Carson Tucker leads off first. Looking for a ground ball to a middle infielder. Instead gets a ground ball to the catcher on the pitch. And down to second base goes Tucker on the wild pitch. First of the ball game for Ryan Sweeney. 2-2 pitch coming. Hunter Swanson is on deck. Swinging a foul ball. Swanson will come retrieve said foul ball. Stitches by Cindy. They are our game time temperature sponsor. They do embroidery work. Pitch misses high. It's Cindy Roberts. She's CYNDI. You can go to Facebook, type in Stitches by CYNDI, or you can go to www.stitchesbycindy.com. Full Count Ministries, Full Count is fisted off to Jake Merrick at third. He throws on the run to first. Just nips Laurent at first base. Nice play by Merrick. He and Logan Kroc on that left side have been money for the Rhythm. Been there every inning of every game so far. Now Hunter Swanson will step into the box. Stitches by Cindy has done a lot of embroidery work for this broadcaster. If you see me with a shirt, matter of fact, it's my game time attire. Actually, it's pretty much all the time attire. I've got a Rhythm pick logo on or Full Count logo. She's done every one of those. Does fantastic work. I also got her to do some shirts for me for Vol State Sports Network that I broadcast for when I'm not doing Full Count Rhythm broadcasts. And an excellent job. Got the Vol State Pioneer patch on there. That's what they call him, is Patch. First pitch to Swanson is a breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Cindy and Lewis Roberts, good folks. She does it out of her house. Got a lot of great people working for her. 0-1 pitch, stays down. She's been a long-time supporter of Full Count Ministries. Stitches by Cindy, and Cindy Roberts have. Actually, she was recognized, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago at the Full Count Ministries banquet, another foul ball off the screen, as being a tremendous asset to the Full Count Ministry itself. So if you need some embroidery work, let Stitches by Cindy know and tell her that Full Count sent you. 1-2 pitch low and away. Heard the other day from one of our other sponsors, at least the wife of one of our other sponsors, Century Steel. That was Cindy Hopper. I misspoke. There's 2 Cindys that I serve on Sunday mornings with at church, Cindy Harp and Cindy Hopper. I didn't think Cindy Hopper would check out a baseball broadcast, although she's a mom of 3 boys. Full Count Ministries, Full Count to Hunter Swanson, and that's high. First walk of the ball game by Sweeney, and now 2 on with 1 out. Evan Cardwell will come to the plate, the catcher, for the Hoptown Hoppers. So I learned this morning as Jimmy Gamboa is going to come out of the dugout and have a confab with Ryan Sweeney, and Jackson Cothran's going to interpret just in case. Pitcher and pitching coach don't know what's happening. But Cindy Hopper chimed in, said she's watching. I misinterpreted and thought that was Cindy Harp. I started talking about that she's now on the Goatsville Little League board. Well, Cindy Hopper's husband is Keith Hopper, and of course he's one of the Hopper boys, Keith, Claude, and Cadiddle. They own Century Steel. They are our Century Steel of second base sponsor, and Keith makes sure that I knew that it wasn't Cindy Harp, it was Cindy Hopper. They talked about maybe coming to the game tonight. I don't know if they're out there or not, but told them who our food trucks were, and they might have been looking for some ice cream. They might have to come next Thursday for kids camp night next Thursday here at the ballpark. First Baptist Church going to provide free ice cream. Meeting is over, and an unsuccessful meeting, says Zach Williams. So that pitch sails high. Cardwell grounded out to Merrick at third base. Merrick wouldn't mind having another one real close to the third base bag right here. Little 5-3. Jackson Cothran looked like he just hatched an egg. Found it right underneath his seat as that ball got out of his glove. Sweeney now at 73 pitches. Struggling a bit here in the 5th after going 4 clean. 1 hit, no runs in the first 4. Now he's gone 3-0 to Cardwell. Sweeney's 3rd appearance of the year, 2nd start. 2-0 on the season. Cardwell swinging on 3-0 and a pitch that might have been ball 4. Ryan says, thank you very much. Lori Gettelfinger checking out the broadcast. Josh Carmen's mother-in-law. Just missed outside in the left-handed batter's box, and it's back-to-back walks. From our vantage point, we cannot see the bullpen. We actually can't see the left field corner because of the new dugout / locker room / workout facility that was built this spring for the Hendersonville Commandos baseball team. So you'll know as soon as I know when a new pitcher will come in. Aiden Butt swings at the first pitch after the first 2, or the recent 2 batters have walked. He swings at the first pitch thinking Sweeney's going to try to put a get me by a fastball in there. Fouls it back, and then the next pitch is a breaking pitch that misses high and inside. Butts lined a single into right field. First hit of the ball game and the first runner to reach. Has to back away from that on the bases loaded. A hit batter will score the first run of the game for the Hoppers. Sweeney trying to extricate himself out of this situation. There's a slider in there for a called strike. He has just as much confidence in that slider as he does a fastball and throwing it for a strike. And it's also a strikeout pitch. Let's see if he goes to it here. 2-2, tapped foul down to third base. The third base's coach's box. Maybe that's Chris Benny wearing the red. I think that's a BP top he's wearing down there. They did not have any other coaches listed on their roster that I received from Scott Colley, their public address announcer. Said he might come to a game, swinging another tapper foul. Thanks for joining us. If you want to comment to the broadcasters, you can get on Facebook. Send in a little howdy do if you want to. There's strike three called. Butts starts to back away from that inside fastball, thinking it was going to come a little farther in, and this is a Safeware strikeout for out number 2, fourth K of the night for Sweeney. Now an out away from getting out of the jam, facing the top of the order, Cole Reynolds. Reynolds 0 for 2, popped out and lined out to Jake Merrick, swings and misses. Looked like Jackson Cawthorn was going to his knees like right away. Didn't think the ball got down into the turf, but I think he thought that was going to be a sharper break pitch. Sweeney rocks and fires the same pitch. This time Reynolds takes it. Safeware, our strikeout sponsor this year. Last year they were our call to the bullpen. Popped out to center field. This might be trouble for Staborski. Comes on, makes a sliding no attempt, but it gets by. 2 runs are going to score, and head first sliding into second base is Cole Reynolds. Ken, I couldn't even see it. Could you see it? Yep. A double for Cole Reynolds. 2 runs in for the Hoppers as they get on board. Diving attempt by Staborski, but just couldn't come up with a little flare out to right center field. Tucker scores and Swanson scores. Those are the first earned runs given up by Sweeney. A 2-out, 2 RBI double. Fouled back. Two outs, 2 still on base. The Rhythm lead 5-2. Ground ball to the right side. Elijah Stockton stays down and throws over to Blake Carter for the final out. Stockton gets his first play of the ball game. 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors. 2 runners were left on base. Hoppers get on the board. Rhythm will come to the plate. We're going to keep it here. Come up with a alumni spotlight here. Just working on that. We're going to go not an actual alumni. We're going to talk a little more about Full Count Rhythm history early on, and actually overall as the longest winning streak for Full Count. So they'll try to start a streak tonight, although Josh Carman says it's not a streak if it's just 1 game, and maybe not even 2. The longest winning streak was in the last year that the Rhythm were in the Ohio Valley League in 2023. They won 14 games in a row in that year. And I believe that was the year that their longest losing streak was only 2 games. And that happened only twice. So in a year that Full Count won the championship, they won 35 games in 2023, finished the season 35-10, which was their best overall record in the 3 years in the Ohio Valley League. But they won the most games in that first year. They won 36 in a year that they lost the championship to DuBois County. Were 36-14, 35-11 their first championship year in 2022. Now are 111-37 overall. That's your Full Count rhythm history lesson here between the top of the 5th and bottom of the 5th. Still need to find us a sponsor for that. Blake Carter looks at a called strike. I was going to say, I'm looking. Yes, that is a new pitcher. I want to say it's number 38. Let's check. Hold on. He's going to turn around now. There you go. Big old 3 and a big old 8 on the back of that red jersey. It's not quite as red. 38 is Chase Singleton, a 6'3", 235-pound right-hander. He's from right up in Clarks Vegas, Tennessee. Attends Campbellsville University. 2-1 count to Blake Carter. Keith Henley's night is over. Get you his final line here in just a minute. Singleton's fastball fouled straight back. Is that who you have for number 8 or for number 38? Because it's in italics on the roster I have here, and I wondered if that was we don't know if he's going to come or not. Game changer is the boss. Carter grounds one to short. Cole Reynolds up and a sidearm delivery to Webb for out number 1. That's the second time that Carter has grounded out to short. He's 1 for 3. Hey, there's my grandson, little Eli. We're going to get Eli on one of these bumpers here soon. He's been practicing his let's get back to more Full Count rhythm action on the Full Count Broadcast Network. As little Lucy has to give me a slap on the back as well. My son Wilson up in the press box. Charlie Bozeman looks at a breaking pitch in for a called strike. Bozeman reached both times he's come to the plate, reached on an error in the first and doubled with 2 outs in the third, but was stranded. Charlie came in hitting 167. He had a couple of hits. Both singles, picked up his first extra base hit. Now 3 for 14. Wants to get up over that 200 mark before he can then start thinking about the 300 mark. Are you going to take my sticker off my fly swatter? I've already killed 1 fly with that. I'm 1 for 2. Logan Harrell's 1 for 2 in the fly swatting statistics. 2-1 pitch. That comes high and tight to Bozeman. How many foul balls you got tonight? You haven't got a foul ball yet? Lulu, did you get a foul ball yet? No? Okay. 3-1 pitch. That misses outside. Bozeman's going to reach on a 1-out walk. First walk for Chase Singleton.
Walking up the plate for your rhythms, fielder 10,
Parker Staborski comes to the plate. Heath Henley goes 4 innings, gives up 7 hits, 5 runs. They were earned, walked 2, struck out 2. That's according to my score sheet. Have not verified that or audited that with Game Changer and Ken Stegall of the scorers table. Oh, Eli, there's one right over the first base dugout. Could have been yours. I saw you heading over there one time, and I thought, you are way late. There was 4 other kids heading over that way already. Lucy, you going to take my binoculars somewhere? Another foul ball. You're not going to take off with them, are you? Are you going bird watching or something? No balls, 2 strikes. Staborski doubled, drove in a run in the first, and has walked. He's been on base both times he's come to the plate. He just got rung up. He's not getting on base this time. Parker, as Todd Neal would say, can I help you? Nope, I'm just watching. 2 outs. I'll be up to Elijah Stockton, looking for his first hit as a rhythm player. That's left-handed. Second baseman. 5'10", 190 pounds. Son of Eric and Tony Stockton, brother to Graham, Ellie, and Evan. Got a grandma. The runner takes off, and the throw down is not in time. Charlie Bozeman picks up a century steal of second base. That's our first stolen base. We had a runner take off on one, but the Jackson Cothran delivered a single into right field. Bozeman at second. Stockton's 2-0 pitch sails outside. Elijah has a grandma in Gallatin. She used to live in Chicago. And a papa and a Mimi, they both live down in Warner Robins, Georgia. Played in 45 games for the Panthers this past year. 3-0 pitch misses. Stockton waited to see if that was going to be a delayed strike call, and it was not. Second walk of the inning by Chase Singleton. Stockton hit .254 for the Kentucky Wesleyan Panthers. Cade Moore used to play for Kentucky Wesleyan, was a two-way player there for a while. He'll be on deck as Logan Kroc comes to the plate. Wonder if Logan Kroc knows Chase Singleton. Nope, not Chase Singleton. Who's the, there we go. Cody Jones, who's wearing just a jersey top and not the pants tonight. So, you gone? You got to go, Lulu? All right. My 2-year-old granddaughter's bedtime. All right, night-night. Swing and a miss by Kroc. They delivered pizza to my wife tonight. Is there plenty left? What kind you get? Yeah, you got a brand that you. There we go. I won't say it. It's not a sponsor. It's not the Pizza Ranch. Swing and a miss or foul tip. There you go. Kroc 0 for 2. Ground out the second. The ground out back to the pitcher. Got 2 runners on here with 2 outs. Rhythm scored 4 in the first. Added a run in the fourth. Hoptown with 2 in the top of the fifth. Rhythm trying to get those back. Runners take off. Pitch is sliced off of the netting to the left, just over the top of Cade Moore, who made the catch while he's in the on-deck circle. Brand new artificial turf here at Drakes Creek Park. Of course, it's in the infield. Cornetto hit here about a year and a half ago and really wreaked havoc on DC3. See if the runners take off again. Nice inside move there by Chase Singleton. Heads up by Charlie Bozeman to not take off the third. I know he wants to swipe that bag, but left-handed hitter up there, 0-2 count. Got to be careful. He takes off, and the breaking pitch missed somewhere. I have no idea how you take that pitch down 0-2, but a double steal now puts runners at second and third. Cardwell did not even attempt throwing down to third base, and I didn't think Bozeman actually got a very good jump. One, two. Misses outside. Singleton on in relief. This is his first inning on the mound for Hoptown Hoppers. Henderson Flash hosting the Paducah Chiefs tonight. They lead 8-6. Madisonville Miners at Fulton. That one gets off the pole. And a bell rings. And just like teacher says, when you hear a bell ring, means an angel gets his wings. Zach Williams and Mark McDaniel's favorite Christmas movie, It's a Wonderful Life. 2 years in a row now, I have seen it. Ken joined the party last year. Ken got invited to the rhythm section movie, as time is called. And the time violation, and we're going to go to a full count ministries full count. Chase Singleton took a little bit too much time. Micah Holman is the timekeeper tonight, first base umpire. Mark McDaniel, when I kept saying I've never seen that movie, It's a Wonderful Life, he said, we're going to watch it this Christmas. So a couple Christmases ago, Mark and I and Zach got together, and there's a ringing sound right there as Logan Kroc gets rung up. And another backward K, that's 2 strikeouts looking in the inning as the rhythm strand 2. They were both walks by Chase Singleton. And we are through 5. We'll have a new pitcher, a Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen when we return on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft-serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen. Tim Dixon out of Vermilion, South Dakota, on in relief of Ryan Sweeney. Dixon, a 5'10", 200-pound lefty, rising senior at North Central University in Minneapolis, Minnesota. He's the son of Mark and Sonny Dixon. Mark listening in and commenting earlier on the Facebook channel here. He's got a grandmother in Des Moines, Iowa. Noy, he calls her. And he's going to face 3, 4, and 5 of the Hoppers lineup. Tim got his rhythm debut up at Hoptown. Retired the first 5 batters that he faced in that ball game. Then ran into a little bit of trouble in the 6th, gave up 3 straight hits. They were soft contact, but an error mixed in there. Hopper scored 2 runs in that inning. One of those was earned. Now on for his 3rd appearance. And 4-pitch walk to the first batter he faces, Colby Webb. Webb came in 0 for 2 in the ball game. Did not take the bat off his shoulder in that at-bat. Owen Hutchinson, left-handed hitting left fielder. He can play any of the spots in the outfield. Dixon's mentor is Eric Alexander. That ball's lifted out to center field. Parker Staborski back, and now he turns around. He's going to make the catch for out number 1. Hutchison now 0 for 3. He was 0 for 5 in the game at Hoptown, so he's 0 for 8 against full count rhythm pitching. Carson Tucker 1 for 2. He's got one of the 3 hits given up by Ryan Sweeney. Dixon's going to throw over to first. Back in safely is Colby Webb. Sweeney with a couple of walks, 4 strikeouts. Faced 20 batters. Ball 1 to Carson Tucker. Dixon looking for a ground ball here. Soft throwing left-hander misses way outside. Not a tempting pitch for Tucker at all. Third appearance on relief for Dixon. He's thrown 3 2/3 innings, given up 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 of those are earned. Walked 1, struck out 1. He's now walked 2 on the season. Make it 3. Not what Josh Carman's looking for in a relief appearance here. Now a lefty on lefty matchup. Eli Laurent is 0 for 2, strikeout and a ground out. There's a breaking pitch that gets in there for a called strike. Tim Dixon from the farthest distance away. I haven't actually checked that. I assume that Red Bank, New Jersey, where Lou D'Alessio is from, is not as far away as Vermillion, South Dakota. 17 appearances this past year for North Central University. 9 of those are starts. 1-1 pitch. Swung on a missed. Elijah Stockton, the second baseman, playing very far over to the right, to his left. Big hole between the pitcher and the second baseman as that pitch gets down out of the glove of Jackson Cawthorn. But he scrambled and got on that one pretty quick. Ground ball 2, Stockton. Could be 2. He fumbles it, though. And everybody's going to be safe. A chance to get at least 1 there. His momentum was heading towards second base. But Stockton could not corral that one into the glove. First error of the ball game for full count. Now an error for each team. And the bases are loaded. Hunter Swanson 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored stands in. Again, ball not hit very hard. Dixon probably throws in the low 70s. He just tries to spot, and there's a big difference in miles per hour between him and Ryan Sweeney. That's a soft breaking pitch that sails right across the plate. What count do we have here? 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fly ball out to right center field. Staborski and John Paul Head come together, and Head makes the catch. Starting to tag, but holding up is Colby Webb, and bases remain loaded. That was the better play right there. Staborski and Head are right-handed throwers, but Head's momentum was moving him toward home plate. So I'm not sure how the communication went between Head and Staborski. Normally a center fielder, if he can get it, he's going to take it. Problem is Staborski's momentum was taking him away from home plate. And Webb might have tried it, but instead he held up. Head's throw on the money. That brings up Evan Cardwell. 0 for 1 with a walk. Now looking at a 2-ball, no strike count. Dixon is walked 2 in the inning. And another runner reached on an error. So any runs from this point forward would be unearned, at least in the immediate future. There's a called strike. And if I'm wrong on that, Ken Stegall will correct me. But I am right. Just missed with that one. Not sure where that one was. Now 3-1 is the count. To the Spring Hill, Tennessee native. I wonder if he went to Summit High School. And there's ball 4, and the Hoppers are going to score a run. Third walk of the inning. And that's going to end the outing for Tim Dixon as Josh Carmen is out of the dugout. So we're going to have another Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen. We'll take a break and be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hey, I've been thinking, bank fees can seem pretty cruel. Well, they did until I went to Volunteer State Bank. I found a bank with a local personalized service and free checking. Yeah, may I present to you Casasa. Now, it's kind of like my checking account is paying me instead of the other way around. Visit one of our 11 locations or anywhere you have a phone. Real people, real solutions right here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen. Garrett Sims out of the bullpen, come in with a bases loaded 2-out situation in relief of Tim Dixon, who goes 2/3 of an inning, does not allow a hit. 1 run is unearned at this point, but the 3 runners on base, his responsibility. He had walked 3 batters. Faces 6 in the contest. Now Garrett Sims on. Another left-handed pitcher. A redshirt senior at Middle Tennessee State University. This is his 3rd outing. It is all in relief, is not allowed a hit or a run, but in 3 1/3 innings has walked 7 batters. Struck out 2. This is not a situation that you have any leeway, so you're going to have to come in throwing strikes. So he will face the number 9 hole hitter, Aiden Butts. incoming freshman. Heading to Dyersburg State. They've got another incoming freshman, Gavin Powell, heading to Rend Lake. Actually, they have 4. Sims, 6'3", 195-pound redshirt senior from Chapel Hill, Tennessee. And he does come in throwing strikes, and Butts takes a cut and misses. Played 3 years at Columbia State. He's from Summit High School, Summit Spartan. Son of Brad and Lindy Sims, brother to Sydney. Granddaddy and Grandma Paula are in Unionville, Tennessee. He told me Shelbyville, but it's Unionville. And Paul and Grandma Cheryl there in Santa Fe, Tennessee. Talked to a young lady who was being recruited by Volunteer State softball. She said she was from Unionville. Originally said Shelbyville, but she actually then said when I said something about Unionville, and she said, yeah, well, that's actually where I'm from. I said, okay. I said, if you can play, if you're good, then we need you at Vol State. If you're not, go somewhere else. 1-2 pitch coming. Tapper to the left side. It's going to be a tough play. Let it kick foul. Good play there by Garrett Sims. That's right. Logan Harrell, our clock operator tonight, says it's a pro right there for playing on the turf. The English on that. It definitely was English. There was no Spanish or French to that ground ball for sure, but rotation kicked that one foul and might not have done that on natural grass. Butts 1 for 2, trying to get a big hit for his Hoppers. Down 5-3, tying run on at second base. 2 out. Sims delivers, lined out to center field. That's going to get down in front of Staborski. And here comes the tying run. Aiden Butts gets it done for the Hoppers. 2-run single. That was a softly hit line drive. Must have got jammed. Lands right in front of Parker Staborski. 2 more unearned runs, and this ball game is tied. Cardwell now at second. Butts at first. Top of the lineup, Cole Reynolds stands in. That's the first hit of the inning. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Sims actually is pounding the zone. Just had some tough luck there with Butts, who fought off a good pitch. 3 walks and an error as Cardwell got a huge jump. Foul tip, and Cardwell and Butts are going to have to head back to second and first, respectively. Cardwell had a huge jump. Oh, 2 count. Delivers, fly ball out to right field, John Paul Head. Really didn't have to move, and he makes the catch for the final out. 8 come to the plate for the Hoppers, and they get the equalizers. 3 runs. They were all unearned on 1 hit, 1 big error, and 2 runners left aboard. As we are headed to the bottom of the 6th, we're all tied up here in Drakes Creek Park in Hendersonville, Tennessee.
Corson Fire and Security first opened for business in 1946. From the very beginning, we understood something important. We're not just protecting buildings. We're protecting the dreams that built them. We're protecting the lives unfolding inside them. Fire extinguishers, sprinkler systems, and security products are the tools of our trade, but people are the inspiration behind it. For 7 decades, we've never forgotten that. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Tim Reese, Andrew Holmes back on the Full Count Broadcast Network, where we have a new ball game, as they say, 5-5. Get to an earlier post that I see on Facebook. Frank Knuckles says that Logan Croc's Grams and Grandpa Frank enjoying tonight's broadcast. I was wondering when I saw Frank Knuckles' name pop up on the Facebook page as to whether or not he was a Hopper fan or a Rhythm fan. Appreciate you sending the post, letting us know. First pitch to Cade Moore is high and tight from Chase Singleton. Now the new pitcher of record. Ryan Sweeney no longer able to get his third victory. He was on a pitch count, went 5 innings. The Rhythm were leading as now the count goes 2 balls and no strikes. Moore 1 for 3, doubled and scored in the first. Ground out and a fly out. This is his 4th at-bat of the game. Swing and down to a knee goes Moore on the 2-0 pitch. And that one catches none of the glove. Now the question is, where are the Knuckles watching this broadcast from? 3-1 pitch. It's lined into left field between shortstop and third. Cade Moore with his second knock of the ball game and a good start to the bottom of the 6th for the Rhythm. 8th hit of the ball game for Full Count. John Paul Head, who's got one of those 8 hits. He scored 2 runs, 1 for 2. Leads the Ohio Valley League in RBIs. Fastball. This is way outside. He's 6'1", 215 pounds. Played in 16 games this past year for the UAB Blazers. Started 13 at 42 official plate appearances. 9 hits, including a couple of doubles and a big fly, 7 RBIs. Also walked 6 times. Nearly got plunked in the noodle there. Chris Williard is his mentor. Chris Williard, a firefighter, part of the Hendersonville Firefighters Association. And he's been a long-time participant with Full Count Ministries. That is one nice dude right there, Chris Williard. Appreciate their support of Full Count Rhythm Baseball. 1 on, nobody out, slider low and away. And now JP Head. Surely somebody calls him JP. You know, I mean, you just can't say John Paul Head all the time. You just JP sounds good to me. The youngest son of Adam and Charlie Spates. I don't know what JP stands for there. 3-0 pitch misses low and inside, and Head walks for the second time. Been on base 3 out of 4. He's an on-base machine. That's the 3rd walk of the ball game by Singleton. John Paul with now 9 walks to overtake Logan Croc for the team lead in walks. Came in getting on base 2 out of 3 times 2, 3 for 4 tonight. Jackson Cothran's 2 for 3 at the plate. Couple of singles. Let's see. Takes a breaking pitch that whispers at the inside corner. You know what we haven't had here at Drakes Creek Park yet? Have not had a home run. I'm going to say, hey, we haven't played a yard card game. I'm going to go yard card. Jackson Cothran yard card right here. He's going to get a breaking pitch to his liking. Instead, he takes a healthy cut at a fastball, comes up empty. Now down in the count 0-2. Throwing 2 hits in yesterday's game. His first 2 of the year, 2 more tonight. Couple of looks back at second. All right, I retain my yard card because Jackson Cothran, instead of hitting a home run, gets hit, and the bases are loaded. Jake Merrick steps in. Are you already calling a player of the game? Oh, am I going to play the yard card again right here? Jake Merrick, he's 0 for 2. Do we play double cards? Logan Harrell is just going to go ahead and say he thinks that Jake Merrick's going to get a double here. I'm going to say he's going to drive in runs. He's already driven in 1 tonight. Knuckles are in Indianapolis. Yeah, but Indianapolis is a big place. I need Noblesville, Fishers. I don't know that I could tell you another bedroom community of Indianapolis. Is Bloomington part of? That's a little farther away, isn't it? 0-2 pitch coming to Jake Merrick. And Jake Merrick's going to go have a seat as he's rung up on a pitch. Borderline on that outside corner, and that's his 3rd strikeout of the night. He's got the hat trick. Third strikeout for Singleton in the first out here in the 6th. So I lost that card with Jake Merrick. I thought he'd drive in a run. Now Blake Carter, he likes to get multiple hits in a game. He's 1 for 3. Clark and Kimberly Carter, his parents, Caroline, his sister, and Singleton with the bases loaded is throwing nothing but strikes. It's 5 straight strikes to Chase Singleton once the bases were loaded. Blake Carter's got a granddaddy and a grandmama there in Kingsport, Tennessee. That's about where that pitch of Jake Merrick just got rung up on. It's just a bit outside. Grandpa and Marie and Nana and Peepaw Mitch, they are in the Tri-Cities area. Blake Carter is a business finance major over at Lipscomb University. It's located on Belmont Boulevard. They don't say it is, but it's there. Granny White Pike, I think, is their address. And he's going to have to head back to the dugout and contemplate that breaking pitch because he's rung up on strikes. Back-to-back Ks for Chase Singleton. And now a Rhythm in danger of not scoring after loading the bases with no outs. It's going to be up to Charlie Bozeman or Chase Singleton. I guess it could be up to also Evan Cardwell, the catcher. Could have a wild pitch, pass ball, or Charlie Bozeman could reach safely. He's done that all 3 times he's come up, reached on an error, had a double, and walked. He's 1 for 2. Hits that one high and deep to left field. Back goes Owen Hutchison, and he makes the catch on the warning track for out number 3. Charlie Bozeman's bid for a go-ahead grand salami thwarted by Owen Hutchison. No runs, one hit, no errors, 3 runners left on base. That is 10 runners left on base in 6 innings for the Rhythm, and we stay tied going to the 7th. Hoptown Hoppers looking for their first win of the year. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
Think about something for a moment. Every single business, from the smallest neighborhood bakery to the biggest multinational corporation, is someone's dream come true. The byproduct of planning and determination and hard work. If you own a business, you already know that. So you'll also understand that fire and security protection isn't just about protecting property. It's about safeguarding dreams. At Corson, that's what we've specialized in since 1946. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Chance Sweeney, Colby Webb, Owen Hutchison due up to face Garrett Sims. Now for his first full inning of work. Came on in relief in the 6th inning, gave up a little dinker-dunker base hit to Aiden Butts that drove in the tying runs and got Cole Reynolds to fly out. Now going to face 2, 3, and 4 in the Hoppers lineup. So the head's called John Paul. They call him JP. They call him John. They call him John Paul. Sweeney just waves and misses at a sweeper from Garrett Sims. Next pitch is popped out to Staborski in center field. Makes the catch for out number 1. Sweeney now 0 for 4. Brings up Colby Webb. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Had a leadoff walk in that 3-run 6th inning. Scored 2 in the 5th, 3 unearned runs in the 6th inning. Tied the game up, and Colby Webb's going to get to head on down to first base after he got plunked. Owen Hutchinson, who made that nice running catch to retire Charlie Bozeman in the previous half inning, will step to the plate, lefty on lefty matchup. He hits one high and deep to right. Well, that's not deep. That's off the. Wow, I thought that ball was well hit. JP head. John Paul starts running in. What, he got off the end of the bat? Really? Was it off the end of the bat? I'm telling you, it sounded like a pretty good crack, and we don't have our crowd mic at all, but I'm glad it was a bad read that way. Two outs now, runner at first. Carson Tucker stands in. I mean, it sounded like it got a lot of wood.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about. No, I'm telling you, I thought he had a good swing, and it's a bad read on my part. I'll take it, but that's why you use your context clues. But I thought head was going to be heading back to the wall back there, and I didn't think it was going to be gone, but. 2-0 pitch. Now 3 balls and no strikes. Andrew Holmes took a shot at a fly and swing and a miss times two. Now he's going for the third. 3-0 pitch in there for a called strike. I can't even see the fly you're going after. But I think you're actually swinging at your reflection in the window. 3-1 misses high and away at ball four, so a hit batter and a walk. But runners at first and second with two out, and let's see if Eli Laurent, the left-handed hitting DH, is going to come to the plate. He is. They will not put a right-handed batter in there to face Garrett Sims. Sims, the third pitcher on for the Rhythm. Full Count comes in with a team ERA of 3.19. First pitch to Laurent in there for a called strike. Eli wears the number 17. There he is, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Is that a suburb of Indianapolis? There's an Indiana University in Fort Wayne, though, isn't there? Is that where Ooey Pooey is? I think that's IUPUI. Oh, well, I guess that's the last I part of it, isn't it? Golly. Not using all my clues. 0-2 pitch. Slider catches the inside corner for a Safeware strikeout to end the inning. Backward K is that looked pretty good after it got into the glove of Jackson Cothran, but it froze Eli Laurent, who struck out for the second time. He's now 0 for 4. And two are stranded as we head to the seventh inning stretch. And that means Johnny Cash, get in rhythm. You can get on your Googler, get on your music choice, put on Johnny Cash's Get in Rhythm, and you can do some toe tapping like we're doing here at the Drakes Creek Park in Hendersonville. We'll be right back.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Hey, I've been thinking, bank fees can seem pretty cruel. Well, they did until I went to Volunteer State Bank. I found a bank with a local personalized service and free checking. Yeah, may I present to you Casasa. Now, it's kind of like my checking account is paying me instead of the other way around. Visit one of our 11 locations or anywhere you have a phone. Real people, real solutions right here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Bottom of the seventh, Chase Singleton still on the mound for the Hoppers. He will face 7, 8, and 9 in the Rhythm lineup. Parker Staborski, Elijah Stockton, and Logan Kroc. Elijah Stockton's mentor was up in the press box here just a little bit ago, Matthew Franklin, with his young son Asher. Staborski looks at a called strike. Right out the gate, as my pastor likes to say. He's 1 for 2, struck out looking in the fifth. How about a big fly right here from Parker Staborski? Not on that pitch. Catawba Indians, where Staborski is from. Former home of Levi Perrell and Drew Robertson. Drew Robertson is Parker Staborski's mentor, and he's actually staying, Parker is, at the host home of Andrew and Autumn Robertson. That's Drew Robertson's dad. think they have been host home family at least 3 years. I think maybe Levi Perel. We've had several Catawba Indians on the squad. 1-2 pitch to Staborski. Tapper right up the middle. Cole Reynolds over to his left, throws on the run and gets Staborski. Nice play there by Reynolds. On the slow chopper up the middle. Staborski now 1 for 3. So the Knuckles are in Indianapolis somewhere. Now Stockton steps in. Walked in his last plate appearance. Only his second walk of the year, playing in his 4th game. Got in, did not get an at-bat in yesterday's game at Henderson. Henderson Flash defeated the Paducah Chiefs at home as they were back-to-back winners, winning 6-5 over Full Count yesterday, and now 8-6 over the Chiefs. 0-2 pitch. Missed somewhere, maybe above the letters there. That's a tough 0-2 pitch to take. Madisonville Miners playing at Fulton tonight, lead 7-6, still batting in the top of the 8th. 1-2 pitch. It's a little wide. Miners have the bases loaded with 1 out. Six teams in the Ohio Valley League. Everybody plays each night that there are games scheduled unless weather deems otherwise. Last year there were only 5 clubs in the Ohio Valley League. Of course, the Rhythm stepped out for 1 year to try out the Prospect League. Found out that was not for us. 2-2 pitch. That's going to hit Stockton. That's not going to feel good, but he's like Coach on the show Cheers. I'm heading to first. Stockton's first plunking of the year. Second hit batter by Singleton tonight. He's not allowed to run yet, though. Heath Henley went the first 4, gave up 7 hits, 5 runs. They were earned, walked 2, struck out 2. Gave up 4 runs in the first inning. Watch out for Logan Kroc trying to lay one down to third base, but Hunter Swanson, as he squares around a bunt, throw down to first on the pitch that is not attempted. Ball was high and away, not attempted by Kroc. He has, I believe, 1 bunt single so far in his 4 hits, 3 singles, and a double. He's 0 for 3 tonight, squaring around a bunt, and that ball's going to get by Cardwell. Looked like he just missed that one. It was not in the dirt or the turf. We got a pass ball that's going to do the job that Kroc was trying to do by moving the runner down to second. Not sure if he was bothered by Kroc's bat that was out in front of the plate. He pulled it back as the breaking pitch. Let's see if they let Kroc swing away here. He's a switch hitter, batting left-handed against the right-handed Chase Singleton. 2-0. He's squaring around a bunt. He's going to attempt. He misses it again, but he did attempt, and it gets by Cardwell again. So count now goes to 2-1, and another pass ball for Cardwell. I thought he had actually gotten a piece of it, but Cardwell has had trouble now. Oh, he absolutely went. He absolutely attempted at that bunt, but they're saying that he did not go. Wow. Well, that's a break for the rhythm, depending on what happens right here with Croc. Doesn't mean he wasn't going to walk anyway, and he draws the walk. Fourth walk of the ball game by Singleton. And now head coach Chris Benny. Cade Moore is going to have to wait to see because I think we're going to get a pitching change. Chase Singleton handing the ball off, and we'll take a break, tell you who the new pitcher is when we return on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
You might get to nap, but your money doesn't. Like right now. At Volunteer State Bank, it's working hard day and night, earning 4.5% APY. Playtime, drive time, anytime. You could be out with friends or on vacation, but your money, it doesn't take a break. You've worked hard for it. Now let it work hard for you. Open a free Kasasa Cash checking account today and earn 4.5 annual percentage yield if qualifications are met on balances up to $15,000.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
New pitcher on for the Hoppers, left-hander Jackson Leggett Walford, 5'9", 175-pound freshman from Auburn University, Montgomery, hometown of Clearwater, Florida. Second time that he's faced the rhythm this year. He came on in relief back on June 2nd. He was the third pitcher, came on, actually got the loss in that game, went 1 1/3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 3 runs, 2 of those were earned. He walked 4 batters, struck out 1, gave up John Paul Head's second home run of the ball game. That was a leadoff home run. First batter that Leggett Walford faced was John Paul Head. His first batter he's going to face here is Cade Moore, who's got some pop in his bat. Cade 2 for 4 in the ball game. Chase Singleton 2 1/3 innings of 1 hit. No run ball at this point, but the 2 runners on base are his responsibility. 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. He also plunked 2 batters. Faces 14 in his stint.
Now batting number 2, Cade Moore. It's one of the last books I ever read. I decided to one classes, so I had to stop reading.
Runners at the corners, 1 out in the inning. Rhythm trying to go ahead for the second time. Logan Croc heading back to first base as Leggett Walford was coming to the plate. Pitch wide of the zone to Cade Moore, a rising grad student at Trevecca. Again, Croc, as that pitch goes to the backstop, and the Rhythm are going to take the lead on a wild pitch that will allow Stockton to come in and score. Croc moves down to second base. I think Cade Moore loses out on a possibility of a RBI on the man at third base, but he's still got another option out there at second base. He could drive himself in with a big fly here. It's fouled off to the right, and a AAA Autoglass foul ball. Cade Moore, the son of Scott and Amanda Moore. Grandpa and Grandma, Popo and Meemaw are in Terre Haute. Everybody is from where he's from in Terre Haute, Indiana. That's not a suburb of Indianapolis. Runner from second goes, and the ball gets by the catcher. Ball 3, and a runner at third. Brock picks up his first stolen base of the game. 3-1. Grounded to third by the third baseman down the left field line. Moore gets the RBI on the single. Diving was Hunter Swanson, or at least reaching. I don't know if he actually ever hit the turf or not. See if we got it right there. He did hit the turf. And an RBI, and the Rhythm leads 7-5. John Paul Head, somebody's pulling a yard card. He's already taken him deep once. Can he do it here at home? Not sure he's going to get a pitch to hit. Cade Moore, a 3-for-5 effort tonight. Picks up the RBI and some Country Financial insurance runs. Zach Williams, our former play-by-play man, he didn't leave because of taking a new job. He left because his wife Maggie had a new baby. That's number 2 in the young Williams family, so he is not able to be with us every other night to call Rhythm Baseball. He will be back hopefully next week. I'm going to take a couple days to do some high school baseball showcase games. He took a home run hack there. Came up empty. Head is 1 for 2. He's walked twice, been on base 3 out of 4 times, and he's scored twice. 1-1 pitch coming with Moore leading off at first. Leggett Walford gets a swing and a miss. Leggett Walford on in relief of Chase Singleton. And close the book on him. He gives up those 2 runs. Fastball misses outside. Now Singleton, the pitcher of record for the Hoptown Hoppers, on the negative side. Hoptown did the same thing up in Hopkinsville. They came back to tie the score and then gave up 2 runs in the top of the inning, and JP goes down on strikes. Swings at a high fastball, comes up empty. That's out number 2 here in the bottom of the 7th. First strikeout for Leggett. Could be Leggett. Pretty confident it's Walford. It's a hyphenated last name. Probably easier just to say Walford. Now Jackson Cothran, I called for the yard card last time. I'm going to stay with my man. Jackson Cothran, his 4th year runner, is picked off at first. Throw from first to second is not in time. A stolen base for Cade Moore. He went on first move by the left-hander, and the throw from Colby Webb to Cole Reynolds was offline. But Cade Moore picks up a stolen base. That's his 3rd of the year. It's not going to matter. Jackson Cothran's going to drive one out of the ballpark. Hasn't hit a lot of home runs for Full Count. Last year, he had 4 for the Rhythm. 2023, he had 1. 2022, he had 1 as well. So he now has 7 in his career. Smokes one foul just to the left of first base umpire Michael Holman between he and first base coach Jonas Smithson. Count goes 2 balls and a strike to the catcher that's in the portal. He's looking for another opportunity at the four-year school. 2-1 count, lefty on lefty matchup. Another ball down in the turf. Cardwell throws down to third, but not in time to get Cade Moore. Moves up on the wild pitch. Cardwell having a tough time this inning behind the plate. Got a couple of pass balls. And it's also been a wild pitch. Make it 2 wild pitches. One of those was by, no, both of them are by Leggett Walford. There was the home run swing. Now we got to get the connection on the next pitch. A Full Count Ministries next pitch. At 2 outs, runner at third. That's a line drive, not going to get out of here, but it's going to be caught. A diving play by Aiden Butts to rob extra bases from Jackson Cothran. So he lines out the Butts, put a star by that one, and see if that is a huge play later on. The Rhythm get 2 in the inning on only 1 hit. There was no errors, a couple of pass balls, but both are the runs. They are earned runs. Both of those runs charged to Chase Singleton. Rhythm with the lead after 7, but we have to play 9. That's the rules. 7-5, Full Count leads.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to Absolute Wellness starts here. We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Garrett Sims back out on the mound for the Rhythm. He is the pitcher of record for Full Count now. He will face 7, 8, and 9 of the Hoppers lineup. As Meat Sweats has arrived up in the press box, delivered by the Director of Ministry for Full Count Ministries, John Smithson, Jonathan B. Smithson. B is for, I'm going to go Bradley. I don't know. Just a guess. Bob. I did learn some information this morning at church, though, about one of our sponsors. Keith Hopper, older brother of Claude and Cadiddle. His first name is actually not Keith. It's Marvin. Marvin Keith Hopper. I told him I was going to use that on the broadcast. I'd go by Keith, too. It's might have been maybe the ugliest swing Hunter Swanson's ever had. I don't know the young man, but that was not pretty there, and he's down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fold on the Sims breaking pitch. Swanson 0 for 2. Fastball up. Andrew Holmes is an MTSU student, and he knows Garrett Sims. Did you guys eat cheeseburgers together at any point in time, Andrew?
I don't believe so, but
No. What? You might know. He is. He's a fisherman. Did you know that?
played a lot of pool.
Really? I saw him walking up the road here, heading back into the park. He had an old fishing pole. Full Count Ministries, full count. And that's down in the dirt. And Swanson, even with the ugly swing, reaches base. Agua being delivered to the press box as well. Second walk. Sorry?
Gotta hydrate.
Gotta hydrate. Evan Cardwell walked twice. First pitch he sees. Backs him off the plate. Garrett Sims might have a young lady in the stands that's particularly interested in him. Her name is Avery. He likes to hang out with her when he's not on the ball field. There's a slider in there for a called strike. She showed up at the meet and greet with Garrett over at Full Count headquarters. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. We have not had a Dudek Communications double play tonight. The doctor may be writing a prescription. 2-1 pitch. Got the right runner at the plate. Slider catches the outside corner. Andrew can't wait to dig into that Meat Sweats barbecue sandwich right here. He's got some Sun chips and Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. 2-2. That's got to catch the corner. It does, and that is a Safeway strikeout. Evan Cardwell does not agree. He is the Hoppers catcher, and catchers can't argue much with umpires. They want that call as well. Second strikeout for Garrett Sims, out number 1. Aiden Butt's been the big-time hitter for the Hoppers tonight. He's 2 for 3. He's driven in 2 runs. Steps to the plate, and he squares around a bunt and has the ball thrown over his head. Apparently, Garrett Sims does not like anybody squaring around a bunt. Down to second base goes Hunter Swanson, though, so there goes the traditional double play opportunity. We had to get a quick ruling right there. It was a wild pitch. Ken Stegall feels pretty confident about that one. I thought Ken Stegall was also the official scorer for the Nashville Sounds AAA for the Milwaukee Brewers, but found out he had a different job over there. He's the bat boy down that right field line for the Sounds. What do they call that park over there now? Is it still like First Horizon? First Horizon Park? They're the Milwaukee Brewers, right? Milwaukee Brewers AAA right downtown Nashville. Well, the Nashville Sounds have used to have been a lot of different teams. That pitch gets in there for a called strike. 2 balls and a strike. Frank Knuckles did impart some valuable information to the broadcast here. Marion County is where Indianapolis, the Indianapolis proper, is located. Carmel, Indiana. I didn't know Carmel was that close to Fishers and Noblesville, and that's located in Hamilton County, which is kind of funny. I have 2 older brothers, and one of them lived in Fishers for a while, which is in Hamilton County. Well, we grew up in Cincinnati, Hamilton County. Strike 2 as the 3-1 pitch. And Butts thought that was ball 4, and he's going to have to come back to the plate a bit humbled, pick up his hitting stick. Then he'll face a Full Count Ministries full count with a 1 out and a runner at second. On deck, the leadoff batter swings, and that's a full count first pitch foul ball off the bat over the first base dugout, and a AAA autoglass Foul ball, but my man, Little E, my 5-year-old grandson, Noah Key, says Alex Montiel. Full count missionary down in Nicaragua. He is not here. Well, another full count pitch. This is low and away. Aiden Butts gets his walk. And the third walk, let's see if Josh Carman is about to come out. Nope. First, we're going to get a visit from Jimmy Gamboa, number 34. Gamboa, the pitching coach for the Rhythm, back for his second year. He's from Las Vegas. Current pitching coach for Emory and Henry. We had a Henry the Eagle and Henry the Tribe Jackson sighting with his betrothed Rebecca Payton in yesterday's ball game. But this is Emory and Henry in Abingdon, Virginia. He was a grad assistant prior to that at Milligan University. Finished his college pitching career at Milligan. 12 appearances. 10 of those were starts. He was the conference second team pitcher, named to the second team all conference. Got a master's of arts in coaching and sport management at Milligan. His meeting is over and check swing, and he does not apparently check the swing. And that he is Cole Reynolds, who's 1 for 4. He's got a double and 2 RBIs. Now down in the count 0-1. So all 3 of the assistant coaches for Josh Carman are current or former college pitchers. And everybody knows pitchers don't know nothing. Isn't that right, Logan Harrell? Nope, he's a college pitcher. It's the catchers that make the pitchers. 1 ball, 1 strike to Cole Reynolds. As a former catcher, that's my opinion, and it ought to be yours. That slider catches the outside corner, and Garrett Sims gets ahead in the count. No. Logan Harrell got the start in yesterday's game. Felt a little puny, had to come out early. Gave up his first runs of the year up at Henderson. Runner from second takes off, swing and a miss. Jackson Cothran corrals that one, and that is a Safeware strikeout for out number 2. Stolen base by Swanson as he gets down to third. No throws. Cothran trying to make sure that he keeps that ball in front of him. Third strikeout by Sims. Lefty on lefty, ground ball to third. Going to be backhanded by Merrick. He throws in the turf on purpose, and a nice one hopper over to Blake Carter to retire the side. Jake Merrick solid as ice over that third base. So the 2 walks do not come back to haunt Garrett Sims. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. The Hoppers are left 2 on base, 4 straight innings. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th, and it's Country Financial Insurance runs time, Andrew. We'll take a break, be right back for the bottom of the 8th.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
New pitcher on for the Hoppers. John McGee, right-hander. On for Jackson Leggett as Jake Merritt comes in, and get this on that Ken Stegall, our official scorekeeper, has pulled his yard card. He's ready for Jake Merritt to get his first big fly. McGee is a 5'9", 215-pound right-hander from Flora, Illinois. Attends Olney Central College. Jake Merrick looking for his first hit of the ball game, and he has been struck out the last 3 times he's come to the plate. Not struck out this time, but he lines it off the glove of the third baseman into left field. Line drive. A single off the glove of Hunter Swanson. Picks up his first hit. Ken Stegall loses his yard card, but it's kind of like a broken bat single. Dies a hero, so he's happy to have Jake Merritt get on the sack. Blake Carter had a single in the first, been retired the last 3 times he's come to the plate. So I would say he's due. Carter looks at a slow breaking pitch that lands high. Got a bug right outside my window here. He's right in my eyesight. Who's going to jump out there and shoo that guy away? We are looking forward to some capital improvements here at DC3. We've had several already. New dugouts after the tornado. Play autoglass foul ball off to the right side. They are planning on new press boxes behind each of the 4 fields here in the quad area. And new bathrooms, 2-1 pitch. That's in there for a called strike. Count now goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the Knuckles live in Marion County proper, in the city limits. The Crocs live north. Runner goes. There's a ground ball right to where the second baseman was going, and that is a tidy 4-3 double play by Carson Tucker, who was covering the base on the stolen base. And the ground ball met him at the bag. He backhanded, basically laid on second base, and then threw from his seat to first to double up Carter. That erases the leadoff single, now 2 outs. And brings up Charlie Bozeman. He's 1 for 3. You know, I'm going to go ahead and use my yard card here. Might as well. No reason to save it. Yard card for Charlie Bozeman. He hit that one out of the ballpark, but it went to the right over toward field number 4. Softball field straight behind us for the Hendersonville Lady Commandos. 0-2 pitch is high. Still, the Rhythm have not driven one out of the ballpark here at DC3. That's not going to get out of here either. So just gets out of the infield as Reynolds has part of his cleats on the grass. And Bozeman pops out to the shortstop. 3 up, 3 down for the Rhythm in the bottom of the 8th. And they'll go to the top of the 9th, trying to save this one, get back into the win column. We'll see if Sims looks like he's back out to finish this one off. We'll take our final break, hopefully. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here.
Compliant with code. If you're a facility manager or building owner, you've heard the term plenty of times. At Corson Fire and Security, we work to keep buildings compliant with the most demanding code of all, our own. We've been protecting people and property since before most of today's codes were even written. And what we've learned along the way makes us the best choice to partner with for the future. Corson Fire and Security, celebrating 70 years. Learn more at corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Tim Reese and Andrew Holmes back on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Finneytown gets mentioned on the broadcast. Probably the first time in my 5 years here that anybody has mentioned Finneytown. Located in Hamilton County in Cincinnati. Jake Merrick's papa, who's passed away from Finneytown. I believe Pete Rose lived in Finneytown at some point in time. First pitch to Colby Webb is outside of the zone from Garrett Sims, trying to nail down the victory for the Rhythm and get his first win of the year. That slider stayed outside. Webb 0 for 2's walked and scored and been plunked once tonight. That's in there for a strike. Two 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Or apparently fouled it into the mitt. Andrew's hungry. He's getting into that meat sweats barbecue sandwich. And a 2-2 pitch coming to Colby with a K, Webb with a W. He reaches out, pokes that one foul. AAA Autoglass, somebody is on that foul ball. Is the merch pavilion still open and dishing out squishy balls here in the top of the ninth?
Sims closes it out before I can even get barbecue sauce on my burger.
You're not going to put barbecue sauce on a burger. You got a barbecue sandwich. It looks like Webb might have broken a bat here. Nope, he needs some pine tar. Is that the same guy? No, I thought that was that him? Colby Webb, the first baseman for the Hoppers. Hoppers come in 0-6. They are going to try for a comeback victory. Madisonville Miners and the Fulton Railroaders are knotted at 9 now up in Fulton. Eddie Crittenden, their broadcaster on Facebook, sure having lots of fun up in Fulton, Kentucky, the Twin Cities they call it. Fulton in Kentucky, South Fulton in Tennessee. Full Count Ministries, full count. Swing and a miss, and down goes Webb on a Safeway strikeout. Fourth of the game for Sims. Ryan Sweeney started this game, went 5 innings, gave up 3 hits, and it looks like Garrett Sims is going to be pulled. He's at 50 pitches. Josh Carmen out to get the baseball, I would assume. Don't see anybody coming from the bullpen yet. Left-hander Owen Hutchinson is scheduled. Maybe Josh just trying to see if Sims is okay to continue, and he is. So we will not have a Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen. Sims says, I don't want anybody getting a save. It'd be a save situation if pitcher came in now, but Sims says, forget that. I'm just going to take the win, close this baby out. Hutchison looks at a slider that misses.
Still have a game finished on his tower.
1-0 pitch. That gets in there for a called strike. Sims 8 appearances for the Blue Raiders this past year, all in relief, 4 2/3 innings. Struck out 7 batters. Trying to dial into the strike zone here. 1-1 pitch, misses away. The Railroaders have just taken the lead, and that's the bottom of the ninth, so that ball game's over. They scored 3 runs in the bottom of the ninth to defeat the Madisonville Miners. Just picked up their second loss of the year. The Rhythm can get the victory here. That'll move them back into first place. Madisonville one less game on the season. So congratulations to the Railroaders. We'll have to see who got that game-winning hit. 3-1 pitch. 1 out, nobody on. In the top of the ninth, chopper foul to the right side. Jacob Lott was at the plate, and I think the run was scored on an error by the pitcher, maybe a pickoff. Full count, Ministries full count. That's going to catch the inside corner for another Safeway strikeout. This one backward, K in the books. Number 5 for Sims. He's got that slider dialed in on that inside corner. Big double in the bottom of the ninth there by Sullivan. New batter. I don't know who the Cool, Kuehl, hit a home run for the Railroaders. And now the Hoppers down to their final out. Carson Tucker, who's walked twice, also has a single. He scored twice, 1 for 2 in the game. Trying to get a board for Eli Laurent, the DH. Pitch wide. Count goes 2 balls and no strikes. Duo misses wide. Now 3-1. Sims in danger of allowing the tying run to come to the plate. Rhythm will be in Madisonville tomorrow for the first time to take on the Miners. And a 4-pitch walk after back-to-back strikeouts. That's the 4th walk, and let's see if Josh Carmen will come out of the dugout here. He's going to let it ride. He's got Garrett Sims to close it out, and then lefty DH Eli Laurent is at the plate. Represents the tying run for the Hoppers. There's that slider to the left-handed batter in there for a called strike. Ground ball foul to the right side. Stay tuned. We'll have the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game and the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. We might just go ahead and get to the Full Count Ministries verse right after this pitch. It's a good one out of the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, the 0-2 pitch. That's going to ring him up, so we'll have to wait as another Safeway strikeout to end the ball game. Laurent takes one right on the outside corner, and Garrett Sims picks up the victory. This one belongs to the Rhythm. Move to 6-2 on the season. The Hoppers fall to 0-7. Winning pitcher Garrett Sims moves to 1-0. And the losing pitcher is Chase Singleton. And I don't know his record, so he'll just take the loss, no save, in a game that takes 2 hours and 51 minutes to complete. with a 215 number for our attendance. Our Full Count Ministries verse of the game, Proverbs 4, verse 23. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Full Count Ministries verse of the game, Proverbs 4:23. And who are we going to go with on our player of the game? Telling you, Garrett Sims with, what did he go, 3 1/3. Did not allow a hit, did he? Did they end up with 4 hits there? He had 1 hit. One, as a matter of fact, it was a leadoff batter he faced. 1 hit, no runs. Did walk 4, but struck out 6. Ended up plunking a batter. Garrett Sims is our Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game. Congratulations. He wins a free straw the next time he goes to Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. And I do want to thank once again Ann Claire Jaggers for the homemade cookies she brought up before the game tonight. She coming up to retrieve her Tupperware dish as the Rhythm take the victory over Hoptown 7-5. Hoppers did come back to tie it after trailing 5-0. Scored 2 in the 5th and 3 in the 6th. Tied the game. Then in the bottom of the 7th, the Rhythm scored 2 and then held on. Big blows in the ball game. 4 RBIs by 4 different players in the first inning. And actually, no big blows. There's no RBI, and the run scored in the 4th. That was scored on a wild pitch. And another run in the 7th, which ended up being the game winner, scored on a wild pitch. That was Elijah Stockton, who reached on a hit batter with pass ball to second, reached third base on a pass ball, reached the plate on a wild pitch. Cade Moore had a 3-for-5 night, drove in a run. He was a definite candidate for Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game. 2 hits by Jackson Cothran. And he's the only other player with multiple hits. We'll be back on the road again tomorrow up to Madisonville, and we will effort to have a broadcast from there. We'll not be able to run more than 2 cameras, but be sitting in the stands for that game. And you'll see some fans as they walk up in the stands. They'll get their face in the camera, but they're usually pretty polite for the broadcast, making sure that they don't block the view. So hopefully our internet will work up there. That's where the commissioner, Will Cox, resides in that area. He's been in the past their public address announcer, maybe official scorer. Now he's the commissioner of the Ohio Valley League and doing an excellent job. Appreciate Will Cox and the job that he's doing for the Ohio Valley League. Well, that'll do it. We'll be in Madisonville tomorrow night and then have a home game. Actually, we'll be off on Tuesday. Kids Camp starts tomorrow right here at 9 o'clock at basically the quad. It's not really a quad, I guess. Well, I guess it is. Bunch of Little League fields behind us here at Drakes Creek Park. We'll be there for 4 straight days. Nobody in the OVL does a 4-day kids camp except for Full Count Rhythm. So 9 o'clock to noon tomorrow, kids campers. And then Tuesday off day for the Rhythm, but they'll be kids camping again. And then home to take on Paducah on Wednesday and home to take on Fulton on Thursday again. That will be kids camp night here at the ballpark. Well, that'll do it for Andrew Holmes and Director of Ministry John Smithson and Josh Carmen, the head coach and general manager. This is Tim Reese saying God bless you. Thank you for watching another exciting ball game of the Full Count Rhythm. Good night, everybody. God bless you.
This has been another Full Count Rhythm Baseball game presented by Full Count Ministries and Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We'll see you next time right here on the Full Count Broadcast Network.